Hello, this is day 7 of NaNoWriMo's Rebel. My camera's shaking a little, sorry. So I'm writing NaNoWriMo, but I'm rebelling by writing nonfiction. However, I am writing about stories. I am writing about how our stories in our homes are told, that we can unconsciously, by default, be constantly being told our stories by our stuff. Our stuff, everything around us tells us a story, or many stories and associations, which all have memories and other associations and emotions that are triggered in our bodies. So everything we see, everything, this little bottle and this has a story and this has a story. Everything has a story, and it keeps telling it to us over and over and over again. So I'm writing about how to change the stories that our homes tell us, so that we can do it consciously and on purpose, and so that as you're going through your home and through your day, everything around you is telling you the story that you want to hear, of the life that you want to live, and not the life that other people have lived or pushed upon you or left behind in your home. All the stuff that doesn't belong there, that doesn't serve you, that doesn't make you happy, that doesn't work for you, that's just not in your heart a big old yes. And a lot of times that's stuff from other people. And so being able to be conscious of how our stuff is talking to us and what it's saying, and whether or not it is worthy of your presence, of being in your home. And quite frankly, it is better to let go of stuff that you might not know if you're going to have a replacement for, or you might not have a replacement. Now granted, I don't necessarily think it's a great idea to throw out your bed and sleep on the floor, but that's my alarm. Sorry. But it is better, perhaps even, to toss the dishes, the plates, the crockery, the cookery, whatever you call it, wherever you live, and eat on paper plates maybe for a week until you figure out what you want, or save 2 plates or buy 2 plates or whatever. Sometimes having a bridge to the next thing really can work. And today I was writing about creativity and making sure that we have a place to create, that creativity and how you express yourself is always easily accessible. And I told some of the story of how my daughter, I made sure that she always had a place, an art table. Even when she was a year and a half old, she had an art table, and it evolved as she got older. And when we were moving from a house that had an eat-in kitchen, and we used the eat-in part we put our art table there, and then moved into another place that had, it's called a galley kitchen. So it was not an eat-in area. And oh yes, she gave me a hug before, and she had slime on her hands. It'll wash out. It has shaving cream in it, but in case you're wondering what that's about, slime. There's some creativity right there. Her hands are the color of Smurfs right now. So anyway, we moved into this place that had like a galley kitchen, and there was no eat-in area. And when I was asking her what she thought of the place, and she got very serious, Mom, I noticed that there's not a place in the kitchen for me to have an art table. And she just looked at me and was just very concerned. I'm like, oh, well, I figured out. Thank goodness I had an answer. I was like, we're going to put your art table over there in front of the windows that overlooks the lake. Little did I know that the lake was going to have a lot of alligators in it. And I was constantly keeping an eye on where the alligators were. We don't live there anymore. I'm very happy to say I have not seen an alligator in quite some time. Thank you very much, especially from my home. It is weird living in Florida sometimes. So for you, I just want to say, like, how do you love to create? Do you do you have that easily accessible? And I think it is very important to claim a space where you can have art supplies out in a creative process, readily available. Or maybe that means there's an area that you put a table on wheels that lock, so you can push it out of the way so you can dance in your living room or your dining room. Maybe it means that you need to have a portable musical instrument with soundproofing in part of your closet. Maybe it means that you need to have a special little writing area in your closet even. Or I think I shared somewhere recently that in the one place we had, there really wasn't room for me to have like a studio. So I took about 3 feet, more than that, of the skinny IKEA tabletops and screwed them into the wall, with legs on one side. And I put a curtain up, and I had the whole back wall was my studio, and one side was more of like for writing office side, and the other side was for art. So I just pulled the curtain back, and I put floor to ceiling curtains, and I could just pull them back, and I had a little place to work. It wasn't ideal. I wasn't facing out. I hate working with my back to the room, but I had a mirror there, but it worked. It was good enough. It was something. It was better than nothing. And in my walk-in closet, I had my sewing machine at the end of the thing, and I did some work in there. So just making sure that you find a place that you can do some kind of creative work when you feel called to it is very, very important. Okay, please do that. NaNoWriMo, day 7, 10,201 words so far. All right, and hey, if you're watching this on YouTube, will you subscribe? Because my daughter is keeping track of my subscribers, and she really wants me to have more. Okay, thank you.